information on the skills tree, details on the first adversary event, a full list of adversaries and images, important information on the edible dark mark, prices and bundles, and potions, and your witch sharpening potions and everything, all to come only on Zealman's Wizarding World. Welcome to Zealman's Wizarding World, your Wizard's Night Town with Suburban Twist. Yay! Okay, it's been a crazy night. It all started last night on Expecto Go's live stream. We're all just chilling there, and then 2.16 starts coming down. So you may find that your registry is a little bit crazy right now. You will see a new lessons, and it will also say you need to unlock the previous node. And you probably already have unlocked the previous node if you're at a decent level. Do not worry, the feature is not live yet. Now, my prediction, which I went publicly on Twitter, was I was going to say that it's going to start week commencing the 14th with a special event. So the special event is commencing on Friday. We have more information on that coming. This is information not on any video anywhere else because we have some special people listed below helping us out on the channel, getting us exclusive information that if you're under NDA you cannot actually disclose even if you find it out. So yay for independence. So we're now going to tackle the process of adversaries and how it all happens. So adversaries are a new type of wild encounter. So they're kind of like oddities. It's like oddities and fortresses had a baby. So adversaries can be found in your registry under the challenges section, which is where you normally find all your fortress foundables, but they're not fortress. They are in the wild. Each of these adversaries has their own page in the registry, so every single one. So Draco Malfoy, Fenrir Greyback, which two we're highlighting now. We have a complete list of all of them coming up later in the video. And on these pages, they also have associated items with them. So for Draco, you have the Prefect badge, for example, and a whole bunch of other ones. And we'll give you the details on how you get those as well. Now we have an edible dark mark. If you see my last video where I disapparated because someone was in my room, there was a clue on the chair, and it was alluding to the edible dark mark, which will act like a trace detection tonic for adversaries. Now, I asked Lola, because I was slightly worried that this is going to be some sort of pay-to-win feature, but she did tell me that the edible dark mark is not required to be able to see adversaries. So they should spawn naturally, okay? So that's okay. It's just going to be an enhancement. So once your edible dark mark is consumed, it will also last 30 minutes, just like a trace tonic. So what are you going to see on your map? You're going to see one of two icons. We have all the images as well. This is really cool. This is actually just hot off the press. It just come out the latest data mine. So we have all the images and everything to go with it. So yes, there are two types of icons. You have the feared, which are like your normal ones, and you have lethal, which are like your elites. So feared include Peter Pettigrew and Draco Malfoy. So they have less difficult enemies to defeat before you get to them. Lethal are like Dolores Umbridge and Bellatrix Lestrange. They have a greater number of more challenging enemies to get to before you can reach them. Important to note that lethal enemies can only be encountered during special events. They're not available in the wild normally. The complete list of lethal foundables are Bellatrix Lestrange, Lucius Malfoy, Barty Crouch Jr., Umbridge, and Voldemort himself. So of course, when you engage these foes on your map, you need to compete against a number of foes to get to the boss. The boss is the adversary, and the other enemies are called attendants. So mostly there are 3 rounds. Bellatrix, Lucius, Barty Crouch Jr., and Umbridge will have 4 rounds, and Voldemort himself, when eventually he's released, has 5 rounds. In the top right hand corner of the screenshot, you can see an indicator that tells you on which round you are and who your next foe is. I don't believe it shows you the main adversary at the end. I think it just shows you who's coming next. This is because we've been looking at the stickers, and they're not just the adversaries themselves, but they're also the attendants, so the lesser ones you have to beat. After winning each round, there are incremental rewards. Then there'll be a large cluster of rewards at the end once you beat the main adversary. These include Wizarding XP, Challenge XP, and a chance at Dada books and more. Now, yes, you do need a lot of Dada books for the new skills tree. We'll get around to that in a minute. So hopefully these Dada books do drop at quite a rate. I don't really get them through events, so hopefully we should be getting a lot more. It's not a quick thing. It's a thing you have to work up to, You have to work up to the enemies. It's great because the first thing I've been calling for a level locked content for ages because we've been getting so good at it, and it's the same guys, the same foes all the time. Now we actually have challenges for us higher skill players, lower skill players. You just have to work up to it. Now, fragments for this registry page for your main adversary, so Draco, for example. So the prefix badged wand, there's a broomstick there. Those fragments are dropped at the end of each round, not just at the very end. Witch sharpening finally has a use. It works against all adversaries and their enemy attendants as well, so that's good. And there's also a skills tree to help you on your way, which you've probably seen already. So, right, we've got some information about this as well. At the time of writing, this was only listed as coming soon, and this is all exclusive information, but it came out last night, so dang it. Although I still have some information that is not released. So yes, coming soon. New lessons coming soon. Finally, we have a new lesson. It will only become available once you've completed all the nodes of the lesson above. So if you're a professor, you need to unlock all your professor ones to unlock that skills tree, an aura for that skills tree, and majesty for that skills tree. If you switch profession, you need to have that first one unlocked before that skills tree becomes unlocked again, and I believe it starts from 0 for each profession. Now, the skills tree nodes are exactly the same for each of the 3 professions. I do have written down here, you'll be glad to know I can now tell you what each of the icons means, but I knew this quite a while ago. I should have recorded this video yesterday. So the top left branch is Dodge, also called Weasley Your Way Out. There are 5 upgrades each. I think the stars only indicate like the power of the upgrade, so the 5th one is more powerful than the first one in the tree, so you get exponentially more better. The top right branch is Precision, otherwise known as Mad Eye for Eye. Biblical reference, eye for eye. And the bottom row is Accuracy, called Code Duello. So, edible dark mark and potions. Now we have more information in here than is anywhere else. That is for dang sure. So a new consumable item called the edible dark mark will allow you to spawn feared adversaries and lethal adversaries during events. Feared adversaries all the time. Lethal just during events. Here is the issue. This is where it differs to Trace Tonic. This cannot be brewed. It's not a potion. It is a product of Weasley's Wizards Wheezes. So, subject to their copyright. Now, this screenshot here suggests that you've probably seen this before. So, 1 edible dark mark for 100 coins. But you can also buy 3 edible dark marks for 250 coins. Or you can buy 5 for 450 coins. Now, you can't get that information anywhere else. So, yes, they are relatively expensive. So, you will not be buying them every day. So we don't know how well balanced the spawn rate's going to be to start with. So the first event is coming out on Friday. There's going to be tasks assigned to it. Hopefully you will not need an edible dark mark. There are also store packs called Adversaries Basic, Adversaries Deal and Heal, Adversary Potion Kit, and Adversaries Potion Kit Capacity. So quite possibly there's some other storage? I don't know this one. There's also a premium adversaries pack, middle adversaries pack, and small adversaries pack. So these bundles will include a mixture of witch sharpening potion, healing potion, energy, and potent exterminate potions. So as mentioned before, you will not need the edible dark mark, otherwise known as EDM, to see the fannables on the map. It works just like a trace tonic, and you cannot use trace tonic at the same time. Witch sharpening potion works on all adversaries and their friends, and adds 50% more to your damage. And there's also images for a wit sharpening gift. So we have a Wizard XP gift now, and there will be a wit sharpening gift as well, as they finally become useful. Registry page. Okay, this exists next to the challenges. This is split into 2 icons at the top. Currently selected on this screenshot are the feared adversaries, and the next one along are the lethal adversaries. So placing an image will give you rewards such as challenge XP and Dada books. So Dada books for actual combat, and Dada books for placing the images, and presumably repeat image collection. You can then prestige the images in the usual way from bronze, silver, and gold. Now, another exclusive reveal. Events have storylines, just like Brilliant Events. Well, not quite just like Brilliant Events. They have an intro and an outro dialogue. there is no registry to click on, like brilliant events. So there will not be like individuals. So you'll have an intro dialogue, which is quite long, an outro dialogue, which is quite long. And our first event is titled Draco and Fenrir. And we're looking in the code, and it seems that the original event was just Draco, and they decided to add Fenrir. So the question is, what's going to happen during this event? Are we just going to get adversaries added a little bit at a time? So will each adversary be introduced by an event? So are we going to get Draco and Fenrir to start with on Friday, and that's it? Or are we going to get a general mix of normal adversaries? Because Draco and Fenrir are not the feared ones, they are normal adversaries. Earlier in the week, and then get a special event with a concentration of Fenrir and Draco with the other ones in the background. We're not quite sure yet. So it may just launch on Friday just with Draco and Fenrir, or we may get an earlier launch with everybody, but Draco and Fenrir are just boosted on that event. We don't know yet. It's all exciting. So this event is on Friday the 18th at 7 PM UTC. It's a bit like a brilliant event. How long does it last? Well, there's a brilliant event coming on the Tuesday, so I dare say it seems to be replacing Wizarding Weekend, so it'll probably end at 7 PM on Monday. Doesn't give you much time before the brilliant event, but there you go. Now, we also have, what is the canon reason for adversaries? There is actually a story for it, and how it actually happens. So it seems that the artifact from Borgin and Burks in a letter from Lethifold to Bargheist has allowed them to be able to pull memories from other people. So originally, the person controlling the Calamity could put their own memories into it. So we had Grim to start with, and Harry took over, and he was doing his. Then the bad people from the Unforgivables were doing their own. But it appears they can now extract memories from other people, which is what's happened here. So it seems that this artifact for Borgin and Burks is a bit of a doozy. So we kind of need to get rid of that thing. I'm not sure that's going to happen, because then adversaries will go away. So looks like they keep that for a while. So adversaries are pulled from Harry's memories. The full dialogue will be available in a Resist video that should be out during the event. We're kind of working on it. But yeah, a little bit nearer the time, we'll have a dialogue video as well. So Lynette is going to lose her mind, and I'm going to tweet her when this video goes out. So she knows there's more dialogue going. So yes, dialogue is limited to the beginning and end of the event, but there's a lot of it. So we move on to the adversaries list. I put this at the end because it's quite extensive. There are 15 adversaries currently. Not all going to come out at the same time. It's going to be dribs and drabs, especially Voldemort. But we have all the details, and all the icons will appear here for their pages. So adversaries are split into categories. So we have Dark Wizard Leaders. So these are powerful magical adversaries. So we have the Lord Voldemort page, and that has Lord Voldemort, Voldemort's Resurrection Cauldron, the Crystal Goblet with Drink of Despair, Tom Riddle's Tin of Stolen Toys, and Voldemort's Wand. We have Bellatrix Lestrange, which has Bellatrix's Silver Knife, Creature, Bellatrix's Death Eater Mask, and her wand. And then finally for that one we have Lucius Malfoy with a book with a sock in it, the Snake Cane, Lucius's Death Eater Mask, and Lucius's wand. It's actually the first time I've read this in detail. We then have Dark Wizards, malevolent magical adversaries. So that's Narcissa Malfoy with Narcissa herself, a Nature's Nobility, a wizarding genealogy book. That's yes, basically the tree of all purebloods. Spider earrings. I didn't know she had spider earrings. Malfoy's family portrait, and Narcissa's wand. We then have Fenrir Greyback, which is what we're going to get for the event. That's Fenrir Greyback himself. Fenrir's gang member. Fenrir's slashed Death Eater robes. Fenrir's wand, and Fenrir Greyback wanted poster. We then have Barty Crouch Jr.'s page with Barty Crouch Jr., Mysterious Bone, and that's he transfigured his Barty Crouch Sr. into a bone when he murdered him. I think it's only available in the books, so if you've only seen the movies, you wouldn't know about this. The Interrogation Chair, a Flask of Polyjuice Potion, and Barty Crouch Jr.'s wand. And then the last page is Peter Pettigrew with Peter Pettigrew, Severed Finger, Scabbers the Rat, Peter Pettigrew's Silver Hand, and Peter's wand. Next we have Hogwarts antagonists. So that's Dolores Umbridge. So on her page, we have Dolores, the Black Quill, the painful Black Quill, that is, Educational Decree number 23, Frolicsome Feline Plates, and Umbridge's Wand. Right, Draco Malfoy. We have young Draco Malfoy. This is our second one of the event. Nimbus 2001, a Potter Stinks badge, Slytherin Prefect badge, and Draco's Wand. Gilderoy Lockhart page, with Gilderoy Lockhart, stack of autograph headshots, Magical Me, portrait of Gilderoy Lockhart, painting a portrait of Gilderoy Lockhart, and Gilderoy Lockhart's wand. I can't wait to get these. The Basilisk. We have Slytherin's Basilisk, Basilisk Egg, Basilisk Eye, Basilisk Fang, and Basilisk Skin. I guess didn't really have that many possessions, did it? Other than itself. Aragog. We've got Aragog, a group of baby Acromantula. How cute. Aragog's Egg. Vial of Acromantula Venom, which is very expensive. And Aragog's Web. We then move on to Dark Creatures and Beasts, which is funny because Aragog isn't there, but I guess it kind of works. So these are beastly adversaries. So we have Ancient Hungarian Horntail. It's kind of weird, really, because we've got dragons in the oddities, but never mind. So we have an Ancient Hungarian Horntail that has Harry's Firebolt, the Triwizard Tournament Golden Egg, Triwizard Tournament Miniature Hungarian Horntail, the one that pulls out the bag, and a Dragon Tooth, and of course the Hungarian Horntail itself. We then have Ancient Norwegian Ridgeback with the actual thing itself, Dragon Breeding for Pleasure and Profit, the Norwegian Ridgeback Egg, Norwegian Ridgeback Spine, Norbert's Singed Teddy Bear, that is another book one as well, and then finally we have the Ancient Ukrainian Iron Belly with the Iron Belly itself, gigantic chains, pile of Gringotts gold, a goblin noisemaker called the Clankers, and a white dragon scale. And it is our complete list of adversaries so far. I mean, it's plenty we're getting on with, right? That's that's a lot of things to collect. Okay, we go again. So that's kind of adversaries in a nutshell right now. This is all we know. Hopefully there's things in there that you've not heard of yet. Let me know in the comments below what you think of adversaries. I am quite hyped for it. I was a little bit worried when I thought EDM, Edible Dark Marks, were locked, and I thought you had to spend gold to get anything, but my mind has been put at rest. Hopefully this is actually true. So it's going to be fine. Of course, expect bugs when this goes out. I mean, they just released the actual app itself. Well, any of the features turned on, and there are bugs in that. I told you to wait 6 to 8 hours. So yes, be patient. This first event could be a little ropey. It might go a little bit like the SpaceX launch, which actually was mainly successful. A little bit of an unexpected disassemble upon landing. Also, I see many of you enjoyed the little trailer thing I made for the last event. I got hooked on doing little trailer things for the Adversaries. I thought it was quite fun. I love editing the movies. I actually have every single movie loaded into Premiere, so I can actually pick anything from any movie, including the extended versions, at will. This is actually perfectly legit on YouTube. There's an agreement with Warner Brothers with the Content ID. They flag up my content with Content ID, and then adverts get played on my video, which then gets paid to WB. I mean, I can't get any money for it because I don't have enough subscribers. So I might as well use the content and give WB the money. And yeah, it's a win-win. You get a bit of entertainment as well. So stay tuned for the storyline, which is coming up for the first Adversary event. We also have the storyline recorded for the Part 2 Brilliant event coming out. That I recorded that earlier, so my hair is longer. Pre-haircut. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter @Zealman for the latest information. And there's also Instagram as well for AR and pictures and stuff. And the picture of the desk is on there. So don't forget to like if you like this video, especially subscribe and hit the bell for more content. What I try to do on this channel, there's a lot of new subscribers. Thank you very much for joining. What I try to do on this channel is every video I want to give you information that isn't available anywhere else. So, you know, when a event happens, I'm not just going to read the thing verbatim off of the post pages by WB, because that information is available to everybody anywhere. So I always try and give some information or tips which is not available anywhere else. So, to Adversaries, and brush up on your spells, get your wads ready, Wizards Unite.